With that then, I guess I'm just going to turn it over to Kurosh.
I'm curious who's here. Like, what are your, who here is an animation student? Whoa, thank you for coming. And there's not a game program, but
No, but we have,
which of you
I
are
see at least one CS major in the room, and at least one common
working
major.
towards. Thank you so much for that. You guys should all take them out to lunch.
Yeah, so who's computer science?
Software.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And what other majors do you guys have? I see some other guys in here.
And Angelica, what's your major?
Oh, I'm a comm major.
So Body Scrub was actually made for animation students. I'm actually an animation student myself. I work in interactive media. I'm the art director of the Game Innovation Lab, which is part of the interactive media games division of the School of Cinematic Arts. But I'm also a part-time animation student. And in April this year, the school hosted a big event, Rhythms and Visions 2. So I decided to create a piece for that allowed animators to create interactive work. And I'm going to get to that. It's going to be part of this conversation. That's basically what that was. I came it up very easily. And usually what I do is I will start with this is a story really of how I ended up making it into the cinematic arts. In 1989, I had started an experiment in large-scale bonsai, where I attached, obviously, it's a one-ton boulder, a chain and shackle, attached to an aspen tree. And over time, I removed links and brought this tree down, bent it. So there it is in the winter, and in the spring. And in 93, the fall of 93, someone freed the tree, which I thought was kind of a cool reaction to it. But the city itself considered that vandalism, and they gave me a public art grant where I created a piece in the middle of town. That's a photoshopped image back there at Zele Coffee House, no longer there. This is the image itself. But sure enough, well, at first it seemed to be interesting to people. I found within hours of a poem attached to it. It talked about really the effects of development in this pristine environment. That's how they viewed the image. And in there somewhere they said something about against an aspen backdrop. And so that's what I named the piece, Ashen Aspen. And some 11 months later, they were successful in removing this artwork. So I decided, let me actually go back, to continue to push forward, right? I feel like I tapped into something there. So I made the third piece in this set. So this animation, 2-minute 18-second animation from conception to screening was 4 years of work. To learn it, to find someone to pay to transfer it to film. At the time, it was $2.50 a frame. I worked at Sony ImageWorks, Hollow Man as a bonus. They filmed and recorded this. And it ended up showing at the Aspen Film Festival, premiering there. And they actually showed it 3 times during that festival. So it was not censored or removed. And it taught me this new skill, and that's really how I became a filmmaker. In the process, I also learned empathy, which really has led to the rest of the work I've done. So for 13 years, I've been at USC making these virtual environments. And in the last 7 years at the Game Innovation Lab, where we make learning games that are sometimes called impact games or serious games, or in the 80s they were called edutainment. So I'm going to show you this. So this is the poster I made for it. And the animators in there, do you guys do computer animation? Mm-hmm. And did you recognize any of the techniques used there in the animated piece? Do you know, like dynamics animation? So I'm not the best animator. At the time was calling what I do aesthetic management. And so for instance, the chain moving, that's all physics-based. You just set it up in Maya. That was using the beta version of Maya. So, I tried to work with my limited skills to try to get the message across however I could. And that was, work done pretty much by myself. And I started to understand that it was limited by really my skill set. And so I know you guys are here primarily about the cat and the coup, so I'm going to dive into that.